Hello, welcome back to my channel. It's Sam from the Soul of Stella with another pick a card reading here for you today. And this one is a fun one. We are getting a message from the bunny spirits meant to find you. So the rabbits, okay, very seasonal. So rabbits symbolize fertility and luck in a lot of places as well. Creation, creativity, springtime. Even though I'm recording this in the Southern Hemisphere, I know a lot of you are experiencing spring at the moment. But rabbits bring about new life, new beginnings, and they're happy, right? They're happy, cute, jovial little creatures that remind us that life is full of possibilities. So I'm using that as a nice little positive message for you today. And again, I'm going to try and keep it short. But we're using my favorite Easter eggs, the little ones anyway, Cadbury Easter eggs. So we've got the strawberry filled, creamy strawberry, delicious. For pile number 1, we have caramel, the best, for pile number 2. And we have caramello, so the caramel gooey center, for pile number 3. So tune into the energy of what do I need to know, bunny spirits? What positive message is meant to find me today? Tune into that, use your intuition, and tap the timestamps in the description box below, and I will see you in your reading. Pile number 1, you chose the strawberry Easter egg, and this is your messages from the bunny spirits that are meant to find you today. Okay, so if you missed the intro, bunnies represent life and creativity and luck and creation, springtime, fertility, all those good things, and they're happy creatures, so we want to get a happy message here today. So I've got a few tea leaf oracle cards already out. We have goldfish, increase in material wealth or spiritual growth. We love to hear it. Pile 1, we love to hear it. Diamond, you'll be receiving or giving a precious gift. Wow. And that is next to love. Okay, so receiving a precious gift of love, and then followed by bouquet. Okay, the bouquet, compliments from an admirer. What is going on? I have chills on the back of my neck. Okay, and then we have butterfly, a change for the better. Oh, the bunnies are really looking after you, pile number 1. They're coming through and saying, it's okay. They're like patting you, you know. It's okay, dear pile 1. I know you've been through it. You've been patient, okay? You haven't been Thumper, like tapping his little foot. I mean, you might have been, but it's been worth it. It's been worth it. There's an increase in material wealth, in love, in compliments, and this change, this transformation for the better is beautiful and sweet and strawberry. And it's interesting that you got the strawberry one because the pink is all about love. Okay, let's get some more cards out here. Pile number 1, what message? Tell us more about this good fortune, the blessings of love, for pile number 1 from the bunny spirits. Tell us more from the bunny spirits. Tell us more. I'm going to use my Megadeck. This is my Rebecca Campbell Work Your Light. Oof. Thank you. Oh, that's too many. You have an abundance of blessings coming through. I'm going to take all of those though. That is awesome. And then we'll clarify with some tarot, and we're going to get a lot of cards out actually. I'm using these garden cards. I love these. Always affirmative. Always something to teach us, these cards, because as your garden grows, so too does life. And we're talking about springtime and fertility. Thank you. All right, so we've got 6th house and Uranus revolution. So this is talking about your work. Revolutionizing your work is what's going to revolutionize your love life and your wealth and spiritual growth. You could be working with someone. We've also got emotion and the cucumber, card number 4, Cancer energy here with the moon. And it says, a flower falls even though we love it, and a weed grows even though we do not love it. Okay, so it's feeling your emotions, letting things come and letting things go, and holding on and letting go. And love is loss sometimes, and gain is unexpected sometimes. So really big transformations here. We've also got inner earth, you'll survive this, new solutions and beginnings. Okay, so whatever you've been going through in this darkness in the cave, you're coming out of it. I remember, this is such an important card, soul plan, the fated life versus the destiny life. I talk about this a lot, actually. The life that you thought you were going to live, or that was like told to you by society or family or teachers about how you're meant to live, and then you actually realize through a change for the better and through revolutionizing what you love to do, right, your craft, you actually find a destined life here, pile number 1, and something that speaks more to your emotions. And we're also looking at the 4th house here, so it could be something to do with nurturing, it could be something to do with looking after people, taking care of people. It could be talking about roots and ancestry and being a mother even, and home life. Okay, Council of Light. Sorry about that. Council of Light, divine orchestration, helpers in the subtle realms. And Pleiades, I don't know if I'm saying that right. I always say Pleiades. Double mission. Wow. Channeling and uplifting humanity. I definitely get that. This is so cool. Okay. Anna, grandmother of Jesus, seeding the light, laying foundations, divine plan, and then star mother. How can you mother yourself? Grandmother and star mother. Stop. Stop. Okay. It's very obvious here for those of you who are trying to fall pregnant. There is a strong sense that there's a success here. Or if you are wanting to surround yourself with children, male or female, if you resonate, whatever gender, whatever energy you resonate as, if you're wanting to be a parent, there is a strong sense that children will be coming into your life in order for you to fulfill that role in your life. And it may have been told to you that you are not able to fulfill that role in some way, shape or form, but you were finding a way here. You're actually revolutionizing something. Something's been broken through here. Something's been taken to the edge. Okay, and I feel like when you get to that edge, there's a full moment where you take a leap of faith. Okay, but I do sense that there's some organization happening around your craft, okay, around what you do, but there's a strong spiritual sense here, and it says increase in spiritual growth. And I think that your daily rituals are really going to add up to something that changes your life. These new rituals that you're adding, and I feel a sense of purification. So you may be suddenly working with oils, or really like divination. You may read tarot, but I'm getting a sense of like smoking something out to find a truth, and that truth then removes the smoke and mirrors for you to be able to make a decision that sets you free, or it's using technology to set you free. There's something very spiritual, and then something very like industrial almost, or like spiritual and then technical, emotional and logic, that come together here for you to actually help you see there's a new beginning for you that maybe you never even thought about. But I think really you've been hearing the call, you've been feeling the nudge to actually step into this new role, where you do have this double mission here, pile number 1. You do have this double mission to not just find love for yourself, but give love to others, either in a parenting role or in like a community where you appear like a mother. Okay, so someone who, it gives me Empress energy, you're pregnant with ideas, and you have this this Queen of all Queens energy where you can be mothering, which is tough love, you know, it's discipline, but it's nurturing. It helps you to grow. It teaches you life lessons, okay? So you're that person. I really feel like you're that person in the middle who is teaching love, who is teaching like how to survive in this modern world in a way that you don't lose your soul, you don't lose hope. This is a beautiful message here, but I feel like through this work that you are shifting, and it might not be traditional career job work, okay? So the work that is important to you, the work that you like to do, is helping you to, is bringing clarity to who is actually on your side here. Someone is really admiring your work. They're admiring your beauty. They're celebrating your beauty, and you are celebrating your beauty. It's like you're suddenly a beacon for love and a transmitter. You know, you're like a lighthouse. You don't have to go running around the island to save people. You stand there strong and empowered, and your light from within is so bright that it helps to save all the ships and redirect the ships into safety. That's the perfect metaphor for you, pile number one, with what's going on here. And it's going to emotionally fulfill you so much to the depths of your core. And the reason I said call is because I felt just then, my head just started pounding. I felt like you've probably been traveling into your past, in the astral realm, in your sleep state, in your like zone out meditative state. So if you're driving and you're wondering how you got there and you completely zoned out and you're like, what the heck was that? I feel like you're like is it called transgressing into past lives and having glimpses of a world where you were as powerful as you were about to become, or you're about to step into something where you call back all the powers of who you were in past lives. And this is getting really deep, bringing all of that back together to utilize in this modern world. Okay. And you may have researched, okay, this revolution can also talk about awakening different parts of your humanness, let's call it that. But there, you could have been researching different religions, okay, or you could have been delving into different modalities of faith, okay, let's call it that, different modalities of faith. And there's a divine orchestration where you're taking parts of everything that you've learned. And I feel from medicine, okay, so Eastern more so than Western medicines, I feel you're taking parts of all these things and you're actually aligning it all to make something that is completely your own and that nourishes you to your core. And it's going to have a knock-on effect, a flow-on effect, where you are then magnetizing all the love that you deserve back to you. Beautiful message. Can we get any more specifics on this, please? Bunny spirits, come through. Wow, coming through strong with the fertility message straight away. What other message here do we have for pile number one from the bunny spirits, please? Thank you. All right. I'll put it this way. I think that's how it came out. Pile one, you've been so patient. You said that, didn't I not say that? You've been so patient. Okay? You've been so patient waiting for this passion inside you to come alight, okay? To set the spark that there, and I feel this one wand is going to ignite so many other wands, not just of your own desires, but also of others' desire towards you, okay? So whether they're attracted to you for love in the relationship intimacy sense, or whether they're attracted to you for the love that they need to learn or they need to gain as children of yours in some way, as like protectees of yours in some way. You've been really patient for this, and it's been hard not to get too emotionally attached. It's interesting that this devil energy is coming out over this emotion card here. It's been really difficult for you, and you've probably had moments where you felt like you were losing control. You felt like you were like your life was completely bound to this one thing. Okay, so if you've been trying to create a family for many years now, it has taken its toll on you. At times it felt actually toxic instead of healing. Okay, it felt like you were absolutely bound to the next step. Couldn't happen. This revolution, this rupturing couldn't actually happen. This awakening couldn't actually happen for you until something here was resolved. Okay, there was a real obsession here where it kind of did get the better of you, but now you have all this healing energy coming through that actually helps you to hone this obsession. Okay, and it's good to be, people take that word out of context, but sometimes it's really good to be super passionate about something and to actually use any forms of the darkest times, okay? And I don't want to say failings, because this is not a failure at all, but people might have said that to you, or you may have felt that you were a failure. It's taking the darkest times that you've gone through in this process of creating this Council of Light family for yourself and having this double mission where you not just get to enjoy it, but then you get to create it for other people. It's using the alchemy of light. It's alchemizing the darkness in that. Okay, this is why the devil energy is showing up here. I strongly feel that you're having this attachment to this experience for the double mission of not just getting it for yourself, but creating it for others. And that's where this Three of Cups and the Moon comes in. It might not be completely revealed to you just yet. Okay, you might be unaware of how that's going to happen just yet, but it's revolutionizing as you keep working on your well-being, as you keep working, right, on the things that make you emotionally feel supported and safe, as you keep developing your daily rituals, daily habits, you will revolutionize what is going on here for you. And there's going to be a sense of celebration here. There's going to be plenty for all. And I feel like what has been in the dark will come to the light. Okay, there's a sense of mystery unfolding here, and it's in those mysteries that you're going to find so much love. You're going to find, and it might be something quite taboo. I have to put that out there. With the moon and the devil energy here, it might be something that isn't necessarily talked about. And especially with the sixth house of health and wellness, you can really get into that. You can really get into some taboo topics here. You can really get into what is your service to the world. And it's a deep calling of purpose. Okay, that you're fulfilling here. And so it's time for the world to see what you have been through, and it's time for the world to see what you are creating here. There is a strong mother energy here of creating. You might even have ancestors looking after you, okay? Grandmother spirit in particular, mother spirit here, but there's a huge feminine energy, and it's all radiating out of your heart space. Okay, so from your heart space, you can say, I have the courage to love unconditionally. Okay, healing your heart chakra. But I feel like this is healing a lot. This is healing all of your chakras and bringing you into full alignment here. It's beautiful energy. Let's get an affirmation message to finish for you. An affirmation from the bunny spirits for pile number 1, please, Spirit. If you didn't resonate with this, of course, go ahead and see if you resonate with any of the other piles. This may actually be a message for someone else in your life. I strongly get that because it is quite specific. And sometimes you are the messenger for other people. So, you don't have to tell them where you heard about it from. You can just, have a conversation and have a more insightful conversation with them just to check that they're okay and check that they understand this for themselves. And not that it's right for them. It's just, if you feel called that this is a message that needs to be delivered to someone else, then I strongly urge you to find a beautiful way to have a real deep conversation with this person. Self-love. I openly embrace a feeling of self-love, the PG kind. I love myself because I understand myself. I love myself as the most committed partner I will ever have. I show myself love any way that I can, and when I screw up, I remember to be sweet and gentle, like the bunny, with myself. If not, I'm going to make myself sleep on the couch. Got that, self? Okay, so this is really about being strict with your self-love. I'm holding that there in case you need to screenshot it. Strict with your self-love, and in a way that is like, this is the one thing that I know I can give to myself. Your life is your art, pile number 1, and you are alchemizing your beautiful pain for pleasure. Okay, pain for gain. A change is coming for the better, and this precious gift it feels like an awakening. It feels so shiny and new with the diamond energy there, and this whole reading is just smothered in layers of love, deep unconditional love. I love it for you. Thank you so much for being here. I hope this resonates in some way, shape, or form. Let me know in the comments below if it does, and I will see you in the next one. Bye. Pile number 2, you chose the caramel Easter egg, and this is your reading all about what the bunny spirits want you to know right now. And if you missed the intro, we're talking bunny spirits for the season. I mean, regardless of when you're watching this, I'm filming this when it is springtime in the northern hemisphere, but I'm in the southern hemisphere. So if you believe in Easter or not, or if you celebrate Easter or not, this is just something fun. So the rabbit symbolizes fertility, luck, creation, creativity, springtime, and just happiness, you know, that life is full of possibility. They remind us of new beginnings and new life. So the message is going to be a positive one, pile number 2. But we've got a few cards on the table already. We've got Bow, you are highly thought of. Lion, time to act. Okay, you are highly thought of. Time to act. There's Mars, Leo energy there. And V, victory in some endeavor. I'm also getting that you could be dealing with someone with a name that starts with V, or that's your nickname. Horse and short journey. Okay, let's get some more info. You are highly thought of. It's time to act because there's victory coming to you on a short journey. Pile number 2. What is this in regards to, please, bunny spirit? Do tell. Do tell. We need some more information. There's a sense of innocence here as well, and that if you're trying to make a decision about, should I go on this vacation, should I take this work trip or not, there is a sense of it's going to be worth it. It's going to pay off. You've got 4th house and home coming out, so and then love as well. So although you're wanting to stay connected to your home and you're wanting to stay grounded and you're wanting to potentially, like, you've just set something up at home and you just want to have a weekend at home, and you just want to enjoy the comforts of like having friends over and cooking for loved ones and just having some self-care time, and you just want to rejuvenate in your shell for a minute, pile number 2. There is a sense that there's just going to be one more short journey that you need to take. There's just one more action you need to take, where someone is thinking highly of you, and this could be a work situation, but I'm strongly getting that it's love, and there's a victory in the sense of love coming through with this Venus and beauty coming here. It's like romance is on the cards. There's a sense of you're being attracted, or you're being like, yeah, you're being pulled into a direction where love abounds. Okay, so if you're feeling like, you know, I'm just like sheltering from the world at the minute because, you know, I've done with the dating scene, or, you know, I just need to heal for a little bit. There's something where you're invited somewhere, or you're asked to take a work trip somewhere, and there's just so much love and romance that comes from this that you might really not be expecting. And you might actually figure out that someone thinks so much more of you than you first thought, okay? And you might have been rejected. I feel like there may be an apology coming in. You feel like you were rejected in some ways, what I'm picking up, and that's why you want to shelter from the storm. You want to, yeah, rejuvenate. You want to come home to self. And that's beautiful and that's all good and well. But I think you're also getting an apology of some sort where someone just didn't know how to act. You know, someone didn't have the courage. And so you're now being asked to step up your courage so that you can meet this victory on a new page. Okay, interesting message, on a new page. Let's get a card or a couple of cards from the Megadeck. Tell us more about this situation, please, Spirit. Please, Bunny Spirit. We want all the good vibes. The 7 Star Sisters, birthing creations, tapestry of life, expression. It's interesting that the tapestry of life comes up and this bow energy. There's something about the fabric of a relationship being like getting some air. You know how people say you need to get some air in your hair, like it's an old school ad. It just feels like when this relationship, the fabric of this relationship, and that by fabric I mean like the foundations and the beginnings and the memories, it needs some air. It needs to be aired out. There's maybe discussions that need to be had, and there's a sense of like taking it dancing, you know, giving it some jovial rabbit energy. Okay, and that brings out expression. People are able to express themselves. You might start talking, they start talking, their body language changes, your body language changes, and there's this dance, there's this beautiful romantic dance that happens. Yes, just say yes. So if you've been asked on this one more date and it involves a weekend away or something like that, just say yes. We've got the Priestess energy. How are you being called to step up and lead? And it says the Lion, time to act. You're being called to step up and lead. So it might mean that you make the first move after you've been invited to this place. Lemuria, creating heaven on earth. It is happening, earth. Stumbling all over my tongue. So I think that you're getting a little nervous in your throat chakra. Let's be real. And I think this person, possibly this person with this V name I keep getting, wants to speak and express themselves honestly. Okay, so they've got to work on their throat chakra, and the energy of this card is very much that, creating heaven on earth. Pillar of light, your vibration is rising. You are the oracle. Something so good is coming for you in love. There's all this pink, okay? And there's something that you've just been like down about, okay? This is the one card here that is a bit darker. You've been down about this and you've been assuming the worst in this situation. But what you're going to soon realize through expression, once this gets, it's like the horse, you think of the horse getting like wind in its mane, right? It's just like, and the energy and the speed at which something picks up and it gets into a gallop, like the bow is going to be ripped out of the hair, okay? And that fabric is what you were possibly holding on to, okay? So if it was holding on to past pain, whether it's in that relationship or whether it was in a past relationship and now this is a new one, that's going to be individual for each of you. But I feel like the darkness, as you start galloping, the darkness will whip this bow away, and it will whip away any idea that you were not worthy. It will whip away any idea that things were never going to get better, because in fact they are getting better. And you have inklings of this. Like if you're really honest with your intuition, you already know. And I really feel like you've got a soulmate here. I've got a sense where there's a soulmate who's actually going to be able to, once this short journey is had, and it might be a move, okay? It might be a move into a new home with someone, and it might mean moving up the street. It might mean moving to another nearby town, okay? It's a short journey, but I feel like you've got a soulmate here and you're taking things to the next level. There's a victory in the action that you're about to undertake here, and you're so appreciated for the home that you create and the nurturing that you provide. A lot of nurturing energy is coming through. If you were also drawn to pile number 1, there's a lot of nurturing energy there, but for a whole different reason. And I feel like this is quite a youthful, fun energy as well. But it taps into something of like old school roots or traditional values being met, okay? And having stability being met that perhaps wasn't met in the past, and gone are the frivolities. And I mean frivolities in a way where someone was frivolous with your heart. You know, they were I just heard uncouth, okay? So a lot of old school words coming up. Someone who was just reckless with your heart. There is a sense of cleansing energy here. There is a sense of your vibration rises because you take this action, and it actually makes you, even though you do it scared, it actually raises your vibration to lead the way, okay? It actually raises your vibration to keep creating this heaven on earth. And I feel like you're going to open the door to this new home, or you're going to invite this person in through the threshold of your new home, or the home that you're in, inviting this love in, and you're actually going to be like sitting on the couch, just something so normal, or laying in bed, and you're going to say to each other, we're creating heaven on earth here. Like this is our heaven on earth with you by my side. Very much a romantic vibe going on here. I love this for you. All right, can we get some more information? How is this all panning out? All these possibilities. Bunny spirit, come through. One more. Thank you. Yeah, I do get the sense of an apology with the Page of Cups here. The Three of Pentacles, working on something together. The Seven of Cups, you're making a decision, okay? You might have had a lot of options here. And that's where I was getting that, like, you know, I'm done with the dating world. I'm done with being led astray. I'm done with having to make so many decisions. And it just got confusing, you know? You might have really, like, wondered to yourself, well, I want a bit of this person and a bit of that person and a bit of that person, and it doesn't seem to be working out in one physical form. But there is someone coming through here, and this is saying all of these choices have led you to collaborate with someone, to cooperate with someone who may be bringing an apology forward that you did or didn't expect. But I feel like there was a sense when you met this person that you knew there was something more to this, and you've perhaps been disappointed by this situation, by them. But I feel they're coming through and saying, you know, this world confused me as well, and actually I do want to come through and work on something with you. And that might be, I want to help, I want to pay rent with you, I want to set up a life with you, I want to move in with you, I want to create roots with you. And it definitely could be about buying a house together, because the fourth house often talks about real estate as well. But there is a strong nurturing energy here, and it's beautiful. And it's a home together. It might even be that you buy a van together and actually go traveling, because there's a short journey here. You might test it out, and that might be your new home away from home. But there's a sense of someone coming through with their they feel inadequate. And they're nervous, but they're sincere. They've got a sincere cup of love, and they're offering it to you, so that you guys can take this short journey, so that you guys can walk away from the darkness that you were experiencing in the fabric of your relationship previously, or in the fabric of love for you previously in other relationships. But this is taking a short journey, okay? It's walking away from the idea that someone thought less of you, that someone wasn't interested. They actually are. You are highly thought of, pile number 2. And this is such a beautiful message. I actually want to see what's on the bottom of the deck there. Seven of the Wands. Seven of the Wands. Seven of Wands. There's a strong sense that you've been blocking your blessings by hiding away, okay? And I think it's really been coming to your attention through your intuition, through sleep, through and maybe not as a full picture, but you're starting to understand. You really are starting to understand. Get out of the way, okay? Stop living in this cycle. Look at these cards. Look at these cards. Stop living in this cycle of allowing yourself to be left out in the cold and burdened, okay? Completely burdened. Now is your time to shine, okay? Now is your time to receive. Now is your time to gather the strength. There's the lion again, okay? The Leo energy. It's time to act. It's time to act. Something is ending and something is beginning, okay? And the ending is a good one. It's for your best and highest good, pile number 2. All right, let's get one of these beautiful Green Witch Oracle cards, because they talk about springtime. or gardens at least. And I love the messages. There's always a beautiful message here for you. There's a definite sense of growing together, okay? Victory is growth together, and there's blossoms on that victory card there too. So it's something that's really blossoming, and it's youthful. It's beautiful. And it's delicious because it's caramel. And that's interesting that you got that chocolate, because it's white chocolate and it's not dark chocolate, it's white chocolate and it's normal chocolate. What do you call normal chocolate? Brown chocolate. Can we get a garden message, please, bunnies? Come on. For pile number 2, what is their message in regards to this situation? Thank you. Oh, that's so beautiful. So with the two-tone chocolate, it's like bringing the dark and the light into perspective so that it all makes sense, and you go, oh, that's why it happened. Divine timing. Thank you. Tranquility and the violet. It's interesting that these little blossoms look like violets, and it's V too. Okay, so is that your name? Is that someone else's name? Is that an ancestor's name? Wow. Venus, violet, and victory. I'm all for it. How beautiful. And Pisces energy here, so it's something that's really going to soothe the soul. Okay, it's actually going to make you take a big sigh of relief. Let's get an affirmation message here for pile number 2. What's the affirmation message to wrap this up? This beautiful message of moving on and moving in and having love come through the door. Okay, you are going to have to act in some way, shape, or form. You are going to have to express yourself, but what you create is something that will vibrate love into the rest of your existence, okay? That's really going to have this beautiful effect of movement. Impermanence. Life is always changing, and I drift easily through those changes, good and bad. And as I drift through hard times, I can take comfort in knowing that I will leave them behind. As I drift away from good times, I can take comfort in knowing that more will come my way. Impermanence is an equal opportunity non-entity, okay? And look at the frame on the wall. It's not perfect, but it's beautiful, okay? And it does talk of a home. It's decorating a home. It's bringing something together. So yes, we all have things that we need to forgive and forget, and we all have things that we need to blossom and grow. But you're doing it, and I feel like you're doing it with a soulmate here, and that's a beautiful message from the bunnies. I love this for you, pile number 2. Thank you so much for being here. Let me know how it resonates, of course, always. Like, share, and subscribe as well if you want to send some positivity someone else's way. And thank you. I'll see you in the next one. Pile number 3, you chose the Caramello Easter egg with the gooey caramel center. And this is your message from the bunny spirits meant to find you. If you missed the intro, the bunnies are all about reminding us of the possibilities of life with their fun, cute nature. They're always like on the go, and they symbolize fertility and luck and creation and creativity, new life, new beginnings. Okay, so we're going to dive into that. We already have some cards pulled, but I'm going to get some more. We've got Caterpillar. Things will not always be this way. A change is coming. Okay. Valley, deep personal strength and peace that assure success. Pineapple, reconciliation. And bird perched, waiting for news, package, letter. Wow. You've been waiting to hear from someone, pile number 3, haven't you? You've been waiting, and you feel like you're in this goopy transformation stage where you can't like spread your wings and shine until you hear from this person. And it's like you've built up so much personal strength in this waiting period. You've built up so much personal strength in this becoming yourself, like without this person. So you may have been separated from your partner because of work, travel. I'm hearing like interstate, but also overseas travel. Or you've been separated from someone for many years, and there's a reconciliation here, and it could be love, but I'm also picking up it could be family, a reconciliation of family and getting back together with family that perhaps the pandemic really caused a lot of stress and strain on these relationships when you needed each other the most. But you're waiting for news. There's and I think it's good news coming in with the bird perched here. It's like Something's about to take flight, and it matches the caterpillar energy, because the caterpillar is going to turn into a butterfly. Interesting. The Voyager. Excuse me. Ooh, wow. The Voyager. So this is talking about travel. It's talking about enthusiastic, happy-go-lucky energy that takes a leap of faith and goes for it. And it's unbridled happiness. It's luck as well. Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter, and that's very lucky. It's very expansive, so it feels like opening up a whole new world. Seeking something, okay? But you are waiting for something. So I think you've been seeking answers for this for a very long time. And then North Node of Destiny is also talking about travel as well. There's an epiphany coming that is going to almost like not just set things right, but make it how it should have been all along. There's a sense of like in this waiting, you just knew that this was the only way. This was the only way. It's not like you knew it was the right thing, so it had to happen. It had to happen. You know, there's a sense of not just the right thing happening, but the actual thing that was going to happen finally happens. Interesting. Yeah, so I feel like this is very much something that's been developing over time. It's been slowly coming to life, but finally, like the learning curve that you've been on here, pile number 3, has actually given you so much strength. And if you think about a pineapple, you can throw that thing around and the fruit inside is still juicy and rich and beautiful, right? It's not going to be damaged. Like it's a fruit that stands on its own. Like it's got its defense mechanisms here, okay? And I feel like whatever life was throwing at you, in order for you to get to this point of reconciliation, you've passed the test. You've passed the test. And there's something here that this was meant to happen. You know it was meant to happen. When it finally starts happening, your wings grow, you can fly, and the real adventure begins, okay? And there's Pisces and the Mystic. Yeah, there's this real sense of knowing. This also like something you've been dreaming about, and you really manifested this, pile number 3. You really saw the detail in this, and you've really been called to go with the flow, and that was a lot of tests, okay? Going with the flow sounds so peaceful and easy, but it's actually so hard sometimes when what you want and what you know you need and deserve and should have is actually kept at distance from you. It pains the heart. It can show up in like back pain and neck pain, of feeling unsupported by life because you haven't got the thing that you know is like the missing piece. And you've had to heal and allow so much. And you've had to allow such a big transformation to take place. If you think about it, I can't remember what it's called. I always say the goop stage. But that transformation where the caterpillar becomes the butterfly, like they literally turn to mush. Like they completely turn to mush. The caterpillar is no longer any form of caterpillar. You think that the caterpillar just grows its wings. It goes to mush. And then it forms a whole new creature. Like that's what you've done. And through this, I think you've gained a lot of insight into mysticism, the oracle of life. You really understand from a really emotionally mature place what it means to want and then to have, okay? There's a sense of like you overcame desperation, and for some people that is the biggest obstacle in life. And you didn't succumb to your pain. You didn't succumb to acting irrationally. You might have done it in small ways, but you haven't acted out, and you haven't become the victim, okay, of whatever this circumstance is. You've actually risen from the valley to the top of the mountain, and that's where this pineapple thrives, right? The top of the mountain, and it's protected by itself, okay? But you've allowed the universe to also have your back, and you've allowed the universe to permeate your soul. You've allowed faith to permeate your soul so that you can, there's a strong faith that you knew this was always going to happen, and you committed okay? There was a strong sense of commitment to growing the wings here, and becoming someone who can escape from the, you know, the valley of death, let's call it that. If we're referring to song lyrics, it's like, as I walk through the valley of death, it's like you now can fly the frig out of there. Okay, you can fly the frig out of there. I want to know exactly what this is about, though. Can you give us some insight into this, please? Bunny spirits, can you give us some insight into this situation? What is this situation about? What is this reconciliation about? You've been so patient. Oh my gosh. Yeah, you're not going to be left out in the cold anymore. There's a strong sense of you have built your independence. Wait, I saw that as that way. Wow. You can let go of feeling like things are stuck. You can let go of slow. You can absolutely breathe a sigh of relief that now this has come into, like, as you flap your wings, like, really, that's like completely ungrounded. You become one with the air, right? And these are two very grounding cards. Look how much, when they're upright, the Knight of Pentacles moves so slowly towards their goal, and it's for a good reason. Absolutely. Divine timing. It's for a good reason. It's slow and stable, okay? Really stable. And then Four of Pentacles is really, really holding on to something. And usually it can have to do with finances, okay? But it can also talk about home, like a material place as well. But when they're in the reverse position here, we're really talking about things are starting to gain momentum. They're picking up speed. You don't have to hold on so tightly. And isn't that interesting that you're going on this? And I'm picturing like a Jupiter energy here of like a ride, because Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter, and the plane here, as something picks up momentum, you kind of, most people want to clutch on and hold on, like hold on for the ride, whereas you're just spreading your wings and you're like, wind in my hair, like, let me be free. Okay, finally. It's a sense of like you've been incarcerated in some way, shape or form, and now you have a sense of like coming out of that position. And it might have been that you were stuck in limbo with a transfer from a state to state, or from overseas to back home. You know, there's a feeling of something like that happening as well, that I was picking up on before. But you've really developed a sense of independence here, and developed a strong sense of who you are and what makes you happy, and you've maintained that light within. You've maintained that hope within, and it's going to serve you really, really well, because like I said, there's a strong sense of emotional stability here. There's a strong sense of having a fire but knowing how to use it. There's a strong sense of taking care of yourself, so that you've brought yourself out from the cold, and you've protected yourself, and now you can move. This card is very much about moving away from trouble and towards calmer waters, okay? Towards calmer waters. And then you've got the Four of Pentacles there, the Four of Wands there. So this is talking about home again, and it can also talk about marriage, but it's 11-11. It's like, finally, time is up. Time is here. The time is perfect now. Divine timing is finally setting me free from all the barriers and boundaries and the poverty and the cold. Okay, you might be relocating to somewhere quite warm. The pineapple is a tropical fruit. And there's just a sense of you've really been taking good care of yourself. You've really been getting your ducks in a row. You've really been doing the work here to support yourself. And you might have been alone for a very long time here, pile number 3, but no longer. Things are about to change. Let's get some more messages from the Megadeck. Thank you. And while we're at it, the Green Witch Oracle talks about gardening, so I think it's perfect for the springtime message of the bunny spirit. Longevity. Oh my gosh. Oh, my heart for you, pile number 3. Wow. Longevity. You've waited long enough, and now with the stable roots that you've put down in your emotions, like you can handle anything that comes your way next, okay? And this is like, there's a long-term freedom here. You'll never have to feel the same way again. You're definitely coming in from the cold, whatever that means to you. The ever-unfolding rose, cracked open, it's happening for you, not to you. And that's the biggest lesson you've had to learn this whole time. You've had to learn that this was all happening for you, not to you, and you haven't let it completely eat you alive. Boundaries, where do you need to establish better boundaries? Okay, I feel like you've done that. We talked about that with the pineapple. This is someone that's really protected themselves and looked after themselves. Align your life. What is no longer in alignment with who you truly are? All the cracks, the unfolding, the boundaries, the longevity, all the cracks are releasing. They're falling away. And it's like you're actually like, have you ever seen a bird hit a glass door over and over and over again, and you think they're either going to crack their beak or the door's going to like burst onto them? It's really that. It's like pushing through. You've pushed through. And in fact, this reminds me of my favorite story about the caterpillar and the butterfly. When a caterpillar is in that stage of in its cocoon, if a human or another creature, but if a human thinks, oh, I'll help this butterfly get out, and they actually pry open the cocoon, you're robbing that butterfly, you're robbing its experience of learning how to fly, of learning and gaining the strength to extend its wings. If you help it, it doesn't gain the strength that it needs to gain in its wings to actually fly away. So if you help it, it actually won't fly. It'll be stuck there and it will be food for another predator. It's a very interesting story. It's hard to find on the internet, or it used to be. But if you can find the story about the caterpillar and the butterfly, it's got a beautiful like metaphor for life there, and the lessons that you've obviously been challenged with. Pile number 3, awakening, energetic upgrades, a new way of being, integration. Yeah, integration, reconciliation, alignment, all these words, something is coming back into balance. You are coming back into like reunion with someone or with a family, because I'm definitely picking up all this like aspects of home here. And also the 5 of Pentacles can talk about faith, okay, because they're outside of a church here and they want to come into the warm light, okay, and now you're being welcomed into the warm light of sanctuary is what I'm really hearing. Okay, so let's get that affirmation here. Oh, shut the front door. Oh my gosh, get out. I didn't even really know this card was in here. Sanctuary. Good for you. I have chills. Oh, I'm so happy for you. Good for you. It seems you've earned some time away from the chaos of life. It could be as small as a bubble bath or as big as a trip, or maybe it's a small trip to a big bubble bath, or a normal sized trip to a tiny bubble bath, or maybe you tripped and fell in someone's bath. Whatever it is, it's waiting for you with open arms. Open wings. Just pick your favorite sanctuary and unplug for a bit, especially if a bath is involved. Oh my gosh, this is so beautiful. It's time for you to feel free. It's time for you to relax in the arms of safety, okay? This is so unique and so beautiful. You're safe here. You're absolutely safe here. Please tell me how this resonated. Please tell me. I'm so intrigued. I love you guys. I wish you all the best. I hope you enjoy your sanctuary. The bunny spirits are definitely looking after you. But you started this. You looked after yourself. So congratulations. I love you. Thank you for being here. I'll see you in the next one.